But it's so important to not forget,
Yeah.
to stay curious
Yes.
and to challenge yourself. Don't fall asleep.
Yeah, that's it.
It's never, you're never there.
Yeah, that's it.
So hi everybody, I'm here with Dick Steenman, my dear friend from high school here in Geneva, and we're really honored to have you here, Dick, because at the end of the day, this obviously, you know, the whole leitmotif is about corporate consciousness. It's how to bring consciousness into an enterprise and how to do business differently. And so I thought, why not invite my dear friend Dick, who is not only working for LVMH as in their department of watchmaking and art, et cetera, he is a wonderful artist. So I thought that this blend between luxury brands, the corporate world, and the artistic expression and how they blend together is something very, very actual to the day. So, Dick, I'd like to just maybe you can present yourself just briefly, and afterwards I would like to ask you the question as to, you are an artist, you like to go and do a full artistic expression, but now you're in the confines of a corporate environment. And is that not a little paradoxical? Have you been able to do things with the confines of this organization, with the resources, however, without jeopardizing your artistic expression? And then we spoke about it even about, you know, Jan, your son, who's a talented artist here in Geneva. And the fact of the matter is that you can create pieces without sacrificing your soul that can be very approachable and likable by the general consumer. So thanks for coming, and over to you now, and just tell us a little bit about yourself and how has that been, that move into this large corporate structure and your own artistic expression?
Yeah, okay, without going back in my own personal history too much, but I must say I've been doing this for the last 45 years. My gosh, or nearly 44. So this takes me way back when I started an apprenticeship in the jewelry sector, and then surfing from jewelry into the stone setting, into stone cutting, into the engraving, into the watchmaking, into the design. Oh my God, I went through the whole thing.
Right.
Enameling and all the other glyptic, what is the stone sculpture. There's so many professions. I was just so hungry, I picked them all up.
Yeah.
And mostly autodidact, like we say. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much self-made.
Yeah.
But also a good thief, because I would always look at other people's work and try to figure out how they do it.
That's a good student.
Yeah, well, you gotta be a thief if you wanna make it in life, man. And so I would get inspired by other people's work and try to figure out how I could even step beyond that.
Yeah.
Go to the next level.
Yeah.
Because that's very important. Never stand still. Always go forward. That's the only thing that's really interesting. Otherwise, you get bored.
Yeah.
You fall asleep.
Yeah,
you go into your comfort zone and you're dead. You're gone. So that's the end of your story.
Yeah.
And I have always
creatively, we must add, huh?
Of course.
But it's so important to not forget, to stay curious.
Yes.
And to challenge yourself. Don't fall asleep.
Yeah, that's it.
It's never, you're never there.
Yeah, that's it. You're never there.
You're still on that path until you drop dead.
Yeah, and
for
Dick,
real.
Yeah, and Dick is very humble, but he's an extraordinary artist. And so how was the transition when Louis Vuitton, LVMH actually bought your group, and you went and integrated?
My company.
Your company. Sorry,
not a group.
And how was that transition for you to keep your creativity?
It was a shocker.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Going from the
hard-ass
independent
spirit
into becoming a corporate animal.
Oh my gosh, right? Man, it was a shocker.
Yeah.
No, it was hard.
Yes. I remember.
Yeah, and it even affected my health.
Right.
I mean, it really got me scared at a certain moment.
Absolutely.
Until in my head, I decided that it was not going to work, and I was going to step out.
Right.
But you know, we were talking about that river, you know, going with the flow.
Yes, yes.
And
yes,
I was
yes,
the
yes.
guy swimming against the current all the
Yes,
time.
yes, and you always, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
in my nature.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I always need to pick up every fight I can pick up.
That's what it is.
And then tire myself out with my own bullshit.
Right.
And so this was also the problem with going in a corporate environment.
Yeah.
I was convinced that the bullshit was coming from outside only.
Right.
Forgot that I'm also full of it. So
Oh my gosh.
it's a hard lesson, you know.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So it's also about finding.
Yeah, but you've been a maverick and a rebel, and that rebellion always, because you pushed the boundaries of art, really served your purpose as well.
Yeah,
right? It
for
wasn't
sure.
just all, and obviously then being able to go within Louis Vuitton, and then they gave you the right environment, and so the pieces that come out now. When they come out, these wonderful pieces, and I've seen them, they're amazing. Is it your inspiration coupled with what you think can sell? Is that what it is? Or how? I know it's difficult to answer that, but when you do it, do you keep in mind this is a piece that and I love you to mention to us again. I've had this conversation with you in the past as to whether you see a piece finished before you start. So how is that? Is that the case? You know, one, is it for you yourself, and you have to blend the approachability of the general consumer, or no?
I would never use the word consumer.
The clients.
They're not making, you know, cutlery for IKEA. I mean, it's not. It's a little more magic than that.
Respect to IKEA.
Yeah, but it's a different world.
Yeah.
So I don't see them as real consumers. Our customers, we call them the VICs, you know, the very important customers.
Yeah.
They are, first of all, collectors.
And who know art as well.
And who know art in general.
Yeah, okay.
Or are extremely intrigued and open for it.
Yes.
So it's not the usual consumer.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah,
so that's the
yeah.
first thing you have to take out of the equation.
Okay.
And so getting back to what you asked, like what is the work process? Well, a bit maybe like a runner, or no, I should be a walker now, not a runner. So the guy who's engaged on a path,
Right.
in his own rhythm,
Yes.
can already see where he wants to go. Okay, that mountain tip or whatever you want to call it,
right.
or that forest or the
Yeah.
lake you want to walk to.
Yeah.
So when we start a working process, starting from a design, a gouache, it's like just a picture, right? 2D. I already see the three-dimensional end of this whole process.
Without the software.
It's
just
already
with your-
in my head. It's already constructed. I can turn it around, just like the people use it on the computers. They turn the stuff around.
So you see this.
It's all done.
Like a piece of granite or marble, and you see the end result.
Yeah,
already?
or the watch in
Or
this
the
case.
watch in this case.
Yes, I see the whole process finished, and I can turn it and twist it around, just like on a
Amazing.
computer.
That's
I'm so
amazing.
lucky to have that.
That's
But
amazing.
it took time to get there.
Yes. Yeah. Of course. And people, but I would, with all your being humble, I would say that most people don't get there, regardless of the process.
I guess if they go through my
and
path,
this is
why not?
what I want to tap into now, because this is about corporate but consciousness. How to apply the metaphysical into the economic realm, how to do business in a different way. And so what I would like to ask you is the actual metaphysical process of the state of grace. And we talked about it because you say that to build a piece, it's a state of grace. And so do you have any rituals? What needs to happen for you when you're in your atelier? And I know that once you go in there, it's like we have to send in the urgence to take you out. Because once you're in there, you're so absorbed by this intemporal time that everything just changes rhythm and motion. I think we would be curious to know what exactly happens when you're in that full flow and that state of grace, and how do you help that process, if you can?
And how can you stay there?
Yeah.
Well, as long as the work isn't finished and no one is disturbing you,
Yeah.
you don't have to pick up a call or whatever.
Yeah.
You have a meeting.
Yeah.
You can stay in that state as long as you want. Well, I mean, one day you got to eat and drink, but I mean,
Sure.
I would surprise myself, especially when I was an independent.
Yeah.
Because then, I would come back on a Saturday, even on a Sunday. I would work whenever or until late at night.
So
right?
that flow stayed with you until the piece was finished?
I would just sometimes stay in that state where time stands still completely, and look at my watch. Damn, it's already 12 o'clock. It's already midnight.
Yeah.
Wait a second, I got to go home here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're taken into this flow,
Yes.
like a state of. It's
But
not,
does it always show up, the state of flow?
No. Of
It
course
doesn't.
not. You need the
provoke it?
conditions.
Do you
Yes,
provoke
of
it?
course.
How do you provoke it?
By
Because I
going-
think people would love to know.
Go into the work.
So-
Enter the work.
Yeah, but enter the work.
Yes.
I know to describe the undescribable is difficult, but go into the work means what? It means that you go into the semi-meditative state when you see that the end result. I mean, when you're there, I think what I want to tap into is like athletes or artists,
Yeah.
and this state of flow that happens. And my whole philosophy of spiritual cognitive dynamics is get out of your cognitive way, tap into higher intuition, and create this sort of destiny that you can decide upon. So I'm just trying to understand, get into the work. If you can explain it a little bit
I got
to
you.
me,
I got you.
it would be good. So can it be replicated, and can people out there learn from this process? Because you're a master. I mean, you made me this beautiful watch, and it's like every sinew and any vein of these horses, and so, I want to ask you, as a master of your craft, the differentiator between a good worksman and a brilliant worksman and an inspired worksman. Is it different states of psychic reasoning or not? Or am I going too much in the... Because I'm convinced that there is a big aspect of that. And I know you're a beautiful soul.
The questions are...
You always led with your soul. Sorry to interrupt you. Through your life, you've led with your soul. And I think that has maybe gone into the work aspect as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so we have children. You remember when they were kids?
Yeah.
You remember how spontaneous they were?
Yes.
Living in the now all the time?
Yes.
Nothing
yes.
else?
That's it. Completely émerveillé at everything.
And something like a drama can pop out for an ice cream that you whatever.
Yeah.
And it instantly vanishes when something else happens.
Yes.
So everything is in the now. So this is one of the things that I try to get back to, because our society has done everything it possibly can or could
to distract you from
to distract us from that.
Yeah.
And
sell us stuff.
Yeah, and all the bullshit that goes with it.
Yeah.
There's so much noise in our world. More and more. So much noise.
Yeah.
So much hubris.
Yeah.
So much stuff you can just throw out.
So is it really...
just let me finish this.
Yeah.
So the first thing you have to do is throw out the trash, clean the head, and then visualize what you're working on. A bit like, I like the comparison also with these divers that dive from very high.
Yeah.
You see them there when they prepare before the dive?
Yes.
They're already making the movements, and they move their body, and they're preparing their back flips and this and that.
Yeah.
So the whole trip is already visualized, right?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, and you better do that, because otherwise you're a dead man when you land on the water.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's concrete. When you land
100%.
flat on the water, you're dead.
Yeah.
So they have a real reason to do this.
Yeah.
My situation is not a life-threatening situation if I don't, but it sure helps me.
I see.
It sure helps me to get started, to get into that flow, into the connection with whatever you want to call it, universe. I think it's the universe.
Yeah.
With something that is already there.
Yeah.
And it has already been there when you arrived.
Yes.
All you have to do is just follow it. Connect with it.
That's something that really always impressed me so much, when you said that everything is already within us, and it is our role to have that human expression to be able to bring it out.
Yeah, just trust it.
Yeah,
Go
trust it. Yeah, no, that's amazing.
And so get the noise out of your head first, because that is the biggest obstacle.
No, I get it.
Create that silence. Dump the hubris that is all around you.
Yeah.
And the narratives and the storytellings and all the stuff that you don't need. It's like, get it out, man.
Yeah.
And so that's why I love also when I work, I need to be alone.
Okay.
This is a moment I just, no calls, no meetings.
Then the creative part of it.
You got to go in there.
So obviously we're talking about corporate consciousness. And it's true that as a financier and as a business person, I've also found that you can do better business by being more conscious and being more centered within yourself as you approach these visualizations. And as you visualize your own piece of art, I, as a businessman, having gone into the depth of who I am, can visualize outcomes, the first one, the second one, and the third one. And the clearer you see them and the more you do a meditative work, the better the end result as the diver coming down. But now I would like to take a 180-degree shift and go from the metaphysical to what people are talking about nowadays, which is AI and artificial intelligence. So I really would like to have your take on how do you, I mean, is that AI can do so much and then you have to enter. I'd like you to talk a little bit about AI, if you don't mind, and how you're using it. What are its strengths and what are its limitations in the artistic expression, especially in the corporate world?
Yeah. Okay, so another thing, because we talked about it before, I see in AI many layers of intelligence. And we're only in maybe the first or the second layer.
Right.
There are many layers above. So it's like the universe. I don't know where it stops, where it starts. I have no idea, man. And I think it would be intelligent to say that we have no bloody idea where AI will take us in the future. All we can do is now use at a simpler, basic level. And so, because I've always been interested, like I said, I have always been interested in technology, computer-aided machinery, laser technology.
Whatever you can help your craft. Absolutely.
They are
and you're very, very open about that. Absolutely.
Enablers. They help the team. You can spread your own work and make imprints of it, and then you can share with the other people for production. Now that doesn't work. AI is, thanks God for that. AI, I don't need it for unique pieces. If I make a one-off, it all comes out of my 10 fingers. But then if you want to bring it to production and make multiples of it, AI can become more and more in the future a tool. Right. And we should not run away from it. But it will also bring pain, like every change everywhere in life.
Absolutely.
Change is painful, but it's in general for the better.
It's the universe is in movement, and as far as AI is concerned, I always also tell a lot of people that there is a human element in the development of AI, and that human element needs to be conscious.
Yes.
If that human element is not conscious, then it's a big divide between the invisible and the visible in the world.
You need a whistleblower in this whole thing.
Absolutely. And I think that bringing this consciousness, sort of like speaking out, transmitting to people, making them understand that there is something inside, there is a wisdom, there is a consciousness, there is something that is ethereal that can help us execute our expression in a better way for humanity. And I was also very fascinated by your parcours, your trajectory as a sailor. And I'm sure that the ocean and the currents and nature have also contributed to turning you into somebody who can capture that flow, that artistic flow. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
And when you said that, I thought of, because like I said, I was always swimming against the current. I was a fighter. I was burning myself up from both sides, and it affected my health even. And that's the wake-up call, by the way. And so funny enough, when I go sailing, I always wait for the biggest storm. I always sail out when everybody goes back into port.
I've known it for a long time, and it's always been the case.
And it's so fucking crazy. Why? I mean, already as a kid in the North Sea in Holland. Me and my brother, when there was the real shitstorm out there.
That's when you went out.
We went out, man. We're looking for that.
I'm not going out with you in no storm. I'm already a little queasy on the calm thing.
For the analogy, in life, why did they always have to pick the worst storms? You know? I mean, and I love the storm. I love the heavy weather sailing because it's really fun. But at the same time, you put yourself into danger.
That's right.
You play with your life. You are a little bit in a destructive mood there.
But are you not more alive because of the danger?
Yes, I needed
Maybe
that.
that's what it was.
Just like with cars, I love speed.
Yeah.
On limit, you know?
Yeah.
Why? Because you want to be there, right?
Right. But that's not all that the sea gave you, though. I think obviously you went for the challenge of the storm, felt more alive, and it's become part of you.
true.
But I've also known you to just disappear into the ocean.
Yes.
And actually.
And in the calm sea.
Yeah, in the calm
Wonderful.
sea. And maybe that you become the element yourself.
Yes.
And there's an analogy in life. There was a good one that George Harrison the other day, whereby life is happening on the surface, and at the depth of the ocean, everything is very still, and that's where our consciousness needs to be, right? So, which is an analogy with the sea, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about how some of your sailing. I mean, you probably after a couple of days become the sea. Do you not?
Yeah. No, the elements, and as a nervous kind of guy.
Yeah.
Especially in the past, I'm trying
to
try to step out of this.
Yeah.
I needed the sea to calm down and to find myself back.
Yeah.
So it saved my life, I would even say.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Spend a lot of time on the sea.
Right.
A lot.
So, Dick, the other thing is that obviously, it's corporate, it's consciousness. But at the end of the day, as you're a dear friend of mine, I would like to know that if Dick Steenman was a piece of art, what would be the best analogy for Dick Steenman as a piece, if you were describing it? Is it that Japanese broken art that you mentioned to me? What was that?
Yeah, the wabi-sabi philosophy, and that comes back in my work, by the way.
Right.
Is I find perfection in the imperfection. And it's very important to think about that.
Okay.
Give that a little thought.
Yeah.
Because in the world of AI, in the world of mass production, in the world of repetition and corporate greed and growth, eternal growth, we lose ourselves in this process. And that is what I'm fighting against. And this is why I find it so important to pick up the broken pieces.
Yeah.
And build something more sublime out
Embellish
of it.
them.
Embellish it.
Embellish those defects.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that is what these broken pots in Japanese culture is about.
Yeah.
You pick it up, you mix the lacquer with the gold dust, the gold powder, and you glue it back together.
Oh, they're amazing.
And they become amazing pieces of art.
Amazing pieces of art.
And then you can make an analogy with that and your own life.
Yes.
I have had many accidents. I was very self-destructive.
Yes.
Took too many risks.
Yeah.
Got run over, wiped out. I have scars all over my body.
Right.
And now that doesn't make me look better, by the way. I think that the ball looks much better than me in the end. Anyway, so the perfection is in the imperfection.
Right.
That is what will save us.
Which is life in its totality as well. Yeah. Embracing your imperfections because we're all imperfect to a certain degree.
And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
That is the beauty of it. And so if I make a unique piece of art, it works the same way.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to copy the machine. That makes it to the micron precise, which is deadbeat. There is no emotion, there's nothing. You don't feel nothing. When you look at it, it's dead.
Absolutely.
So I bring it to life. That's my duty, that's my work.
And that soul of yours, which is such a pure soul, does it then come out? It comes out in your art somewhere, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not your ego nor your intellect that's actually creating that piece, but maybe something in your depths that is actually making it happen.
Your mental
despite
state.
you, probably. I've noticed that a lot in my literature or some of the spoken word performances, is that at some point what happens is that if we do the inner work, then grace can visit us. It's like being in an apartment and cleaning it up and making sure everything's clean and you open the windows and then grace can come or cannot But at least you are accepting,
open the doors.
open the doors to grace to come.
There you go.
So I think that's also been something that is been quite formative for me as well in my own expression, apart from being a businessman. But this is about corporate consciousness. This is about bridging both.
Yeah.
And ultimately, this is about maybe
And it's a
doing
winner,
business
huh?
different. Yeah.
It's a winner.
Yeah.
Now that I have entered the corporate world,
Yeah.
from a little, I stay on the
Sure,
outside.
sure.
I realize that they can do so much better
Yes.
by integrating that.
There you go.
There is so much space
Yes.
for the upside
Yes.
that they don't grasp
That's
because they don't know.
That's what it is.
And that's another one, because we never talk about that, but it's an important discussion. That's a discussion by itself, is our education system, our universities.
Yeah.
You say something, because, okay, I may be not the expert to talk about that, but if you take, for instance, the economic classes in the universities, and I'm talking about the top range, the expensive schools, right? Like in the US.
Yeah.
They will only master one doctrine of economics.
Yes.
They will not talk about Marx. Oh my God, don't even mention the name.
Yeah.
And some of the other ones that they're not at all approached during their studies. So the spectrum is not large when they walk out of these universities.
Yes.
They are very
like in a pigeonhole and in a box. Yeah.
Like a tunnel vision when they come out of school, with the absolute arrogance of believing that this is absolute.
The only way.
It's the only way possible.
Yeah.
And so actually, this comes back into the corporate world.
Yeah.
These youngsters.
Yes.
And I meet them, and I see they're
monodimensional.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the level of arrogance.
Yeah.
And hubris
that
goes
the ego,
with it.
The ego intellect is.
And this is where I say
force,
we are losing so many opportunities.
Yeah.
Because we forgot to look into the entire spectrum of education.
Absolutely.
And our school system is getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Directed to one line of thought.
Yes.
And that is a very dangerous development.
Absolutely.
And there we go back also to the AI.
Yeah.
That's where I see AI as a very potentially dangerous player.
Sure. But we just have to keep on doing what we can do at our level, and that's bringing a little bit more consciousness and a little bit of serenity into this world. Hey, thanks a lot. It's lovely for you to come on, and I think that the audience more and more will understand that, there is the corporate world. There is the metaphysical world, and then there are bridges in between, and we need to be those bridges, and you are one of those bridges, and especially with your own artistic expression. So peace and thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.